Hello, everyone. Look, we are doing justice with our public holiday today because we have some time and we have some guests who are actually giving a conversation, especially about their KAPs journey, especially about their journey to Australia, working in Australia, intern pharmacists. Most of them are working intern pharmacists, which actually coming on board today with the discussion about what they do and how they come to Australia and what things they have to discuss now, especially which can be beneficial for our listeners who are actually starting the KAPs journey. So KAPs is one part, right? Passing the KAPs is one part, one step, which possible, right, with us. And also passing the KAPs and then go to the next level, that you do the visa and come to Australia and then start working as an intern pharmacist for your registration process. So that's something which our next speaker, our next guest, Luckmore Munu, who is an amazing, friendly person from Zimbabwe. And he is attached with me for more than a year. And we were talking last year about how to find jobs. And I'm proud to say that I was assisting quite a many pharmacists in getting their jobs through these different employers, especially talking in webinars, how to perform in their interview, how they can enhance their CV skills, and what things they need to do to approach those employers and connect with them. You need to do a video, which is the latest way for employers to save time, to actually first make an impression, they get a first-hand impression when you provide an interview. That interview, before the interview, you provide that video, which is like a verbal discussion, not anyone receiving that in the end, but it actually tells your mindset. It actually tells the employer that what is actually that candidate can offer and how that person can mix with their team, like with their local team. So that's something which employer most of the time interested, that what is their expectation. So during my webinar, hello, Luckmore, how are you? Thank you very much for coming on board with us today. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you very much, Irfan. It is always a pleasure being in your company. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Yeah, thank you, Lucky, I would say. Yes, thank you very much for joining. And you know that I did arrange a time with you and some other colleagues who has gone through this KAPs journey and who's working today. And, you know, public holiday today. So I thought maybe we can chat maybe 10-15 minutes. And it's a general conversation, nothing special. Is your platform which you can use to give back to anyone tips or anything which is important that you want to tell in your journey from KAPs to here? Like, are you vaccinating pharmacists? I don't know. You need to tell me. So you need to tell everything, what you have achieved so far in a span of time, in a way that other can listen and they can take some notes and they can follow you.
All right. Thank you very much, Irfan. Growing up, I come from a religious background, and I have always been told, where there is a will, there is a way.
Yes.
So that is one of the most fundamental issues that
Like, I think your screen is frozen at the moment. Something not right between the internet, I think. We can see Luckmore, but we can't see Luckmore speaking. I just message him to see if he can rejoin. Yes, so you know that I was saying before when Luckmore joined us, I was saying that what is the expectation of a Australian pharmacist, what they really want when they're hiring a intern pharmacist in the organization, especially in regional community pharmacy. What is the expectation? The expectations are like, if a person has been hired, can that person meet the expectation of working with their team? That's very important for an employer to know. Yes, thank you, Luckmore, for rejoining. It was frozen. That's good. Please continue.
So where there is a will, there is a provision. And I am very, very grateful to the good Samaritans like Irfan, who are always there to put a smile on another person's face. I mean, literally, in that book of wisdom, which I will not mention because people come from different faiths, there's a certain book written some long time ago where a person who was a stranger came to the party and rise to the occasion to assist a person in need, where that person's next of kin and kinsmen had just looked aside and went about doing their own business. So Irfan just came from wherever he came from, and there he was. Boom, he put a smile. But some things need to be put into perspective. No matter that the rains come in due season and they come in adequate proportion and in adequate whatever, at adequate times, if a farmer had not prepared his or her land and didn't have the correct seed to plant and didn't plant it, there won't be any harvest to talk about.
Oh, yes.
So even if Irfan is there to facilitate, it takes the pharmacist practicing wherever they are to be prepared. Land preparation, you need the seed, you need to plant it. So
Yes.
it means there is an active role that all parties involved have to play. The Australian Pharmaceutical Council plays the regulator role. They set the standards, they set the exams. The pharmacist, you play your role, you look for the information, you get the connections, you make the payments for the licenses and everything. And Irfan is the bridge in between. He mediates that the prepared farmer gets the rain, which is access to the Australian Pharmaceutical Council and the Australian pharmaceutical industry. So that's how it works. It's a tripartite arrangement.
Beautiful.
It takes all the three stakeholders to be in sync with the same vision. If there's too much rain, it floods the crops. If there's no rain, the crops will wilt.
Yes.
So you see, so even if Irfan puts everything in place and all the connections, all the jobs are there, but there's no one ready to take them, it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
That's
No
how
action,
it works.
nothing will happen. Yes.
So it takes all of us. So with regards to me, I'm someone who has got what I call internal initiative. So when I happen to bump into Irfan through whatever my contacts, we just clicked because I believe he's also a very hard worker. He pushes himself, he stretches himself. I've actually seen him grow from when I met him, his social media streaming to right now is growing and is getting bigger and better, reaching a
many
wider
people.
audience,
Reaching
which means
many
he's
people.
putting in the effort.
And-
There's the 10,000 hour rule for you to be excellent. So you need to put the effort. So when I got in touch with him, I wasted no time, started doing all the videos that he said, do them. I believe in the now. Do it now. Don't wait for tomorrow.
That's very beautiful thing which you just said. Believe and do it now. Taking action straight away. And Luckmore is the one which is the leading example in our previous group last year, where when I dispersed that information, we need a video and can you please do that? And I was surprised within 10-15 minutes, a video just came to me and I said, oh, wow, so quick. And I think you were the leading person taking that role, taking that action and making it happen. And I believe that I think you were the first candidate in the group of pharmacists where I was taking and putting them to different employers. And I think you were the one who actually secured the job, right? Is it right? Because you took the action first. That's so impressive.
And something interesting, Irfan, I am from Zimbabwe. That's where I live. I lived in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
But when Irfan asked for the video, something like that, I think I was in Sweden on a holiday.
All right.
So I had to simply, you know, go outside, do the thing. And when I did the interview with my current employers, I was at my sister's wedding in Stromstad. Yeah, it was in Stromstad in Sweden. And the time difference is, it was at 5 a.m. I had to wake up, quickly take a shower so that I would look very alert, wore some nice clothes, took my laptop, went to a secluded room in the basement and did the interview, which gave me the job where I'm working right now. So there is no room for excuses. Wherever you are, whenever there's a will, there is a provision. And it just did not end there. When I got here, I enrolled for so many courses. If I tell you, Irfan, right now, I think I've got more than 200 points.
Oh my
and
God.
The Pharmacist Council only requires 40, isn't it? I already have got 200 points. I was just checking through my CPD.
So good, so good, excellent.
I've got
You have
38.
crossed the barrier 4 times, which is required by an intern pharmacist. So you are hungry to take anything, right? So you were taking everything which I have said, maybe with a very low tone or very high tone. You have done everything.
Yes, and I'm also finishing the MR stage 1.
Oh, really?
I'm just now doing the case studies. And with regards to the intern training program, which I started in February, that's barely 2 months ago, I'm already submitting my week 18 submissions right now.
Oh my
because
God.
I've already done the EPAs and the discussions and whatever. I've already done that, apart from the MMR. And I did the Blackmore's
yes,
that
complementary certification program, which I discussed with you in December 2022, and you did that in the Christmas break.
Yes, I've already done it. To people who don't know, the MMR program is supposed to be for 1 year, and I did it in 1 week because I am hungry to learn and I want to get as much.
Yes.
When I was doing that, I was also doing the Fascinating Pharmacist program. And right now, if you go on the Facebook page, which is Rand and Rev for Port Pirie, where I am right now in South Australia,
yes,
you see that there's Peter Howell, who has put a very good review of my services, and there are a number of people who are commenting. So I will forward to Irfan the screenshots.
Yes, please do so, and we can share. To the group that, look, this is the true essence of a community pharmacist at the intern level, that you can go out and produce that service which can be liked by many pharmacists, many community member, and that is discussed in the community group, local community group. So that's something which is going to be hard to believe, first of all, but it can happen if you plan your things and take actions.
So if you check your WhatsApp, it has got two ticks. I've already sent you right now.
I will share that. Yes.
The screenshot, since it's a closed group. The screenshot.
Yeah, I know that group. Yes, I know that group. Yes, I'm that group.
So yes, it shows you, because I am hungry to learn, and yes, please vote for me. I have put my name for the Pharmaceutical Society of Australia, election.
Intern Pharmacist of the Year.
So the elections that are happening right now,
yes,
I've already put up my name in the hat.
I will run a campaign for you. I will wish you can win that one. Yes.
Yes, that's how I'm eager to learn. That is how I'm putting my effort as the farmer, which means I'm weeding my field in season. I'm ensuring that if there are any floods, I've put in place canals to do the draining of the water, and I've applied enough fertilizer. The fertilizer is the CPD, which makes me to gain as much knowledge and nutrients. So the nutrients is the knowledge that I will get from doing the different courses that are on offer. So to those who are planning to come here, a pharmacist is not meant to sit down. Actually, I've got one of my professor friends who once said, if you are not growing, you are dying. So
Yes.
your brain is either it's growing or it's dying.
Yes.
So if it is not growing by you reading and doing whatever, it means your brain is dying.
Yes.
Right now, where I'm sitting on my table. So I would like to show you my table. And as you can
Oh,
see, there
you got
different
APF.
books and everything that is here, which I read. So yes, I know that the best strategy, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, it is the best strategy book ever, which can also be used by pharmacists in their strategy. Now, I've also looked for other books. This one is by John Keegan, The Mask of Command. So it teaches you how to be an effective leader. And yes, I've also been reading on this one, which is How Boards Work. So it teaches you diplomacy.
Oh,
As a
yes.
pharmacist, you need to be diplomatic, which means you need to be firm and tough, but respectful.
Yes.
And knowing your boundaries. That is very important. And yes, I'm also reading this other book. It's called what? Wealth of Nations. So this book, it teaches you how those that are successful in terms of countries manage to be successful. And what I do is I extrapolate that from an economic point of view and political point of view, and I bring it to my profession as a pharmacist.
Wow.
How can I stand out? How can I be that pharmacist whom everyone wants to come to and wants to be associated with? So I'm not limited by my age. I'm not limited by my background. I'm not limited by my race. I'm not limited by whatever. I'm shining. I'm putting myself out there and I'm putting the effort.
That's
Remember the 10,000 hour rule that I spoke about. So you ought to put in the hard work. I don't know whether there's more that I should speak about, Irfan.
No, that's very good. I think what you just said in the last 2 minutes is about the leadership. It's about probably entrepreneurship or leadership, which is one of my key message all the time to anyone when they approach me. I always say, look, passing the KAPs is a very small step, and then getting the visa is one major chunk. And when you come here, you need to be programmed in a way that you need to become a leader, not becoming just a registered pharmacist, but you need to be a prominent figure, prominent pharmacist. And by going into those community activities, which you just reflect the message that you send, is actually a true reflection that you are dedicated in your work, at your work, and also you are dedicated at home with your study. You are studying too much. You are studying overly loaded. So the impact that will actually reflect in your conversation, in your presence, and it will actually make you a standout figure. That's what you suggested, that it doesn't limit you from your race, from your background, or your age, but it make you a true leader in this area, because you are here for to help the aging population, right? We have a very aging population in Australia, and jobs are here. So the making this video conversation is that the main reason is that we can showcase that look, first, KAPs is really possible. You can pass. You can come to Australia. Visas are open. And third is that how a person like intern pharmacist position, what you're doing extraordinary things at your internship level. You studying other books as well, other than the mandatory books that you need to do. So you are actually enhancing your level where you're working. Obviously, this will be visible in your work, visible to your employers, and obviously you will get a big reward very soon. I would say very soon. And becoming entrepreneur or become leader is ultimate goal in this country. And aged care jobs are coming, like aged care pharmacy jobs will be available from 1st of July, which is a new doorway for pharmacists to work. which is not at the moment happened. So there will be more pharmacists required in this country. According to Pharmacy Guild, 3,000 pharmacy in region, they require pharmacists. So there are plenty of jobs there in region, not in cities. So focus on region, and when you come, try to do things what Luckmore had just expressed. So that's something. Thank you very much, Luckmore, for your time. Especially, I know that you must be busy in your completing your ITP program and CBD program, but it's very important because I have attached myself with as you have attached me with some Zimbabwean pharmacist group, like 70 or 80 pharmacists are sitting there. So that's actually make me feel that I have a very important responsibility to take this message and give it to everyone. Is up to them how they see it, how they take it. Either they take it as a burden, oh, there's another video from Irfan, or they take it as a positive message that, oh, there's something new for us, we can learn from that. So there's two ways to take, as you explained in the start. But thank you very much, Luckmore, for your time, and we'll catch up sometime in Port Pirie very soon.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you very much for the impact that you are doing to the world, that will serve the community. Thank you very much, Irfan.
Thank you. And Luckmore, just for information, yesterday there's a new lady pharmacist arrived from Pakistan, and she's going to be starting in Port Pirie. So she just arrived from Pakistan 2 days ago. So you may have a chance to meet her as well when you go out somewhere in educational programs or anywhere. You may have seen her, see her. All right. Okay, Luckmore, take care, and thank you very much. Enjoy your rest of the day, weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.